Going to have a bit of Tempest revision now. Going to have a bit of Tempest. In this video, we're going to be looking at the characters in the play. First, we have Prospero, who's the rightful Duke of Milan. He was overthrown and exiled to the island. He is a skilled magician and uses magical powers to manipulate events and seek revenge. These are 3 useful quotes for Prospero. Act 4, Scene 1. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Act 5, Scene 1. We have the rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. And from that same scene, we have this thing of darkness, I acknowledge mine. Then we have Miranda, who's Prospero's daughter. She's grown up on the island with her father. She's innocent, compassionate, and falls in love with Ferdinand. The quotes that I've chosen for Miranda are from Act 5, Scene 1. "O brave new world that has such people in it." From Act 3, Scene 1, we have, "I am your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid." And then Act 1, Scene 2, we have her saying, "More to know did never meddle with my thoughts." The next character we're going to look at is Caliban. He's a native inhabitant of the island. He's often seen as a symbol of colonialism and oppression, and he's initially enslaved by Prospero and later seeks his freedom. The 3 quotes that I've chosen for Caliban: Act 1, Scene 2. "You taught me language, and my profit on't is I know how to curse." From Act 3, Scene 2. "Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and not hurt." And from Act 5, Scene 1. "I'll be wise hereafter and seek for grace. What a thrice double ass I was to take this drunkard for a god and worship this dull fool." This next character is quite an interesting one, Ariel. He's a powerful and ethereal spirit who serves Prospero and assists him with his magic. He desires freedom from Prospero, and plays a significant role in the events of the play. He does a lot of the magic and the mischief. "Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones are coral made, those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, but that doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange." That's Act 1, Scene 2. From Act 3, Scene 3, we have, "I and my fellows are ministers of fate. The elements of whom your swords are tempered may as well wound the loud winds, or with bemocked at stabs kill the still closing waters, as diminish one rat owl that's in my plume." And the last one we have, Act 5, Scene 1. "Merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough." Next we have Ferdinand, who's the Prince of Naples. His ship is wrecked on the island, and he falls in love with Miranda and undergoes all sorts of trials to prove his love and worthiness, to prove that he's worth her love. These 3 quotes that I've chosen here are all from Act 3, Scene 1. And the first one is, "Admired Miranda, indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world." The second one we have, "There be some sports are painful, and their labour delight in them set off." And then the last one that I've chosen, "I am a fool to weep at what I'm glad of." Now we have Alonso, the King of Naples. He's Ferdinand's father. He's one of the characters responsible for Prospero's exile. This first quote isn't actually by Alonso, it's about him, by Gonzalo. Do you know what I mean, Gonzalo? Yes. All 3 of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after, now begins to bite their spirits. That's Act 3, Scene 3. This next quote is actually by Alonso, and is also Act 3, Scene 3. My son is lost, and in my rate she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I ne'er again shall see her. And the last one we've got is towards the end. It's Act 5, Scene 1. This is as strange a maze as e'er men trod, and there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct of. Next, we are looking at Antonio. Antonio is Prospero's brother who usurped his title as Duke of Milan. He's the one who who caused Prospero to end up on the island. He's a schemer and has played a key role in Prospero's downfall. First of all, from Act 1, Scene 1, we have a pox of your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, incharitable dog, because he doesn't like being told to go downstairs out of the storm. Then Act 2, Scene 1, when I presented Therese, I thought to have told thee of it, but feared lest I might anger thee. Act 2, Scene 1. And then from Act 5, Scene 1, we have not a soul but felt a fever of the mad and plagued some tricks of desperation. Next we have Sebastian, who's Alonso's brother. He's also involved in the conspiracy against Prospero. All three of these quotes that I've chosen for Sebastian are Act 2, Scene 1. And begin with, I am out of patience. And then we have the second one, I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true. And then the final one, what, I say, my foot my tutor? Put thy sword up, traitor, who makes a show, but dares not strike, thy conscience is possessed with guilt. And the last character we're going to look at is Gonzalo. He's an old and honest courtier who helped Prospero and Miranda escape Milan. He's sort of a sort of comic relief in this play. I've only got 2 quotes for Gonzales because a lot of them are quite long. First of all, we have from Act 5, Scene 1. He receives comfort like cold porridge. And then this second one that I've chosen is from Act 2, Scene 1. Now I would give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furze, anything. The will above be done, but I would fain die a dry death. For more Shakespeare revision, subscribe to this channel. There'll be new videos out every week, and check out the playlists linked below.